So I did my top 5 favorite melee and primary weapons. Now I didn't do my top 5 secondary favorite weapons in the game, and that is because I don't really have my top 5 favorite secondary weapons in the game. And I'm not saying that I don't have it. I do have pretty good weapons and for secondary, but I have none that are my favorite. That's all I'm just saying, and I just gotta hold off on that. I feel like they gotta bring out more secondary weapons to really say anything's my top 5 favorite weapons. I mean, there are a couple that are really good, and I do have to, congratulate them, those weapons, but they're not my favorite. So I'm really just switching through secondary weapons pretty fast. But I do have my top 5 favorite Warframes in the game. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's this video today. So let's get started. So my top 5 favorite Warframe in the game is, typing it, Frost Prime. Alright, Frost Prime is literally my top 5 favorite Warframe. And that is because I literally been playing him for a while now. And he's literally been just a help. Alright, and one thing is because I almost said Chroma for some reason. Snow Globe, alright? Frost has an ability called Snow Globe where it's literally a good defense. It's literally good for protection and protecting your allies and any mission you want. So really it's just very helpful how Frost has this ability, and I've been using it constantly lately, especially for excavation missions. He's really good for that as well. I don't really use him for much for defense. I know a lot of people do like to use him for defense, but mostly just excavation for me. But not only case, Avalanche. Avalanche is another great ability, and Frost is just amazing to me. Now, I think I wanted to say something else. There is a comparison between these two, Gara and Frost Prime. So, Gara has another defense ability, and that's called the fourth ability, which is Mass Vitrify. Yeah, I said that right. And basically, it's like a glass wall, and you can actually build up that glass wall. And what I mean by that is you can jump up in the air and literally just bring that glass wall all the way down, so you'll have a huge glass wall blocking the whole up and down. All right. It's literally actually an amazing ability. But I mean, I don't know. Frost is just like stronger, maybe. I mean, I can't compare the abilities, but not right now. But I mean, he's honestly amazing. I don't know. I just don't know why. Maybe they are like literally good. Maybe she's good with her fourth ability, but I mean, I wasn't our Gar fan. I always wasn't. And yeah, like I said, protection, that's something that Frost has. I mean, I'm not gonna doubt Gara because she also has that too, but I just love Frost better. My top 4 favorite Warframe in the game is, typing in now, Nova Prime. All right, I think last I did do a video on this, is the same as well, with my top 5 favorite Warframes, and Nova Prime I think was at least the second or first, but she is the most played Warframe in Warframe for me, and I actually have to say I love her to death. So she does have an amazing ability called Molecular Prime, and Molecular Prime slows down enemies, not freeze them. They slow enemies down, and that is a really good ability, especially when you have antimatter in the mix. So if you have this ability casted first and then this ability, all right, antimatter is basically a particle antimatter. It basically detonates when it hits the ground, and you can basically control it however you want, which I'll show you. And then once you hit it, you can keep hitting it as long as you want, all right, and that explodes and it takes a lot of damage, especially on enemies, and it just makes this even better to actually kill enemies. Higher levels are not going to be easy to kill, but Yeah, they're just not gonna be easy to kill. I don't know why I don't have invisibility on. Invincible, I meant. But yeah, I gotta go turn it on. Alright, I'm gonna keep dying. But it's actually a really, really good ability. And I think that's really all I use her for. Basically Molecular Prime and yeah, that ability. Which doesn't do any damage till 160 corrupt the heavy gunners. So yeah, but I do love her. As you saw, they slow down, and yeah, it just works very, very well. All right, especially in defense mission, I use her for defense. I use her for interception missions, especially that, so no enemies can intercept your message. All right, basically that's what the interception mission is all about. So yeah, that's what she's really good for. My top third favorite Warframe in the game is, typing it, Wisp. Alright, Wisp is literally a good Warframe, especially if you're looking for buffs like haste buff, which is basically speed, health, and if you want a little damage, you can actually have shock to it. So that's what she has for reservoirs, vitality mote, haste mote, and shock mote. All right, those are very, very useful reservoirs that she uses to cast. I say buffs. Yeah, it says buffs right there, buff durations and all that. All right, it gives you a buff. Willow, I don't like this ability. I don't know why it's in there. Breach Surge is basically another blind ability, just like what Excalibur can do with the radio blind. And this is actually another good ability because if you shoot the enemies in the head, or I think if they die, then that will shoot out these things that are like impacted on their face, and it just blurs it just shoots out these little explosive thingies. And I'm not really sure what the explosive thing is called, but whatever. I'm gonna skip that. And Soulgate. Soulgate is pretty good ability. All right, it doesn't do a lot of damage. All right, if you, I think you might have to build it for a lot of damage, but it's still a good ability. So yeah, but I really just use this Warframe for a lot of buffs. All right, health and the speed. All right, that is really good, especially for weapons. She is literally a beast for that. And that's what I love about her. Alright. I just have to say it. I give it to the reservoir's ability. Alright. That's really just a useful one. And I'm sure that's what everybody is using Wisp for. So really, really good Warframe. My top second favorite Warframe in the game is, typing in now. Hopefully I don't take too long. Octavia Prime. Yes. Very surprising, right? So Octavia Prime is the new Prime Warframe in the game for 2021, and I definitely knew she was going to be the new Warframe in 2021, but you know how the goes, and last time Nara's Prime was supposed to be before Neza, so that was a mix-up, and people were not sure what was going to happen with Octavia Prime being the next Prime Warframe in 2021, so but I have to say, I do have the original Octavia Prime. Comparing these two Warframes, obviously Octavia Prime is better. Alright, she's got 700 shields, and she has 175 energy. Alright, and she's amazing. Alright, she's got really good abilities. Mallet is basically a damage buff. I don't know why I say buff, but it kind of does that when enemies actually hit this mallet, it actually inflicts damage on them when they actually in that range with a pink circle around it. All right, or pink music. What should I say? Rhythm or something like that. Resonator is a really good one. All right, it moves the mallet around. Those two go together, and it moves the mallet around. And enemies that come in that range, or the mallet comes to them, they just get blown up. With that mallet damage. Metronome. All right, this is another good ability. All right, it has 4 types of buffs to it. Yeah, buff. And one is speed, one is multi-shot, and one is melee damage, and the fourth one is invisibility, alright? So really good. Amp is another buff for you to actually increase your damage, all right, with any weapon you want, all right? And it also goes to your allies as well, all right? This is really, really good about Pro... Why did I almost say Protea? What's up with me? What is up with me? No, seriously, like, this is amazing. All right, with my build, and I do have an Octavia Prime build, but I'll leave a link to it up top right screen. All right, this is insane. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. They all literally just died in that mallet. And it doesn't say any damage. You do have to build it, all right? You do have to build for a lot of damage in order for this mallet to be doing the insane amount of damage that it just did to a 100 level 60, 160 corrupt heavy gunner. Literally just murked all of them. So honestly, she's a really amazing Warframe. Hopefully you guys do have her. I'm sure all of you do. All right, she's an insane Warframe. So especially for damage. So that is my top second favorite Warframe in Warframe. My first top favorite Warframe in this game is right here. Protea, alright? Protea is literally a beast Warframe, alright? She does have really amazing abilities. She's honestly a defense Warframe, a support Warframe. I don't know. I feel like she's a hybrid Warframe as well. And hybrid is basically something that just like tanky. I guess hybrid and tanky are basically the same thing. Or I shouldn't say tanky. No, I should just say hybrid. No, tanky is not whole different. Tanky is basically just a bunch of armor, correct? If I'm not mistaken. But she's actually a really good Warframe, and she does a lot of damage with her build. Not all of them. Sorry, not all of them, but two of them. All right, and Grenade Fan is one of them. All right, Shrapnel. Shrapnel Vortex, you just tap on the ability that you have to cast with, and it blows out these slashing shrapnel that staggers swirling in the air, not in the air, just on the ground, and it does really amazing damage. And as you keep throwing more, it will increase the damage. Now she does have a passive, what I'll show you in a minute. Blaze Artillery is literally a sentry gun, okay? It's a sentry gun that has a low duration, and if you want more duration, all right, you do need to put good duration mods on there, all right? And it has amazing range, and it literally just kills everybody in the area where you pointed at. Now, this thing doesn't turn like a sentry gun. You have to face it where the sentry gun can see the enemies, all right? But I wish it could turn, but it doesn't work like that. Dispensary is another good ability. Now dispensary is basically just it generates pickups on, you know, any type of, you know, universal ammo, energy, and health orbs. So, you know, it's really amazing, and I feel like it's definitely ability that I wasn't expecting to be on someone. So that's really good. And temporal anchor, I'm not really so worried about, but that ability basically just stops. It kind of basically runs you back when you're following up to death and you don't want to die, so you use anchor to actually stop you from dying. All right, but you do have to be quick with it though, because if you're not, if you get stuck in a place where you just messed up and you're running back to the enemies when you're going back in time where the enemies are, that's where you really effed up and you're going to die because they're going to kill you quick if you are in a let's say mission where you have level higher enemies that are gonna basically kill you. Now, like I said, she has a passive, and you see on the right there, ability strength 100%. So she has an increase of ability strength, and once that bar has reached to that 100% ability strength, you can actually cast an ability that'll do crazy damage. And I'm gonna cast this ability, and as you can see, it's gonna be doing a lot of damage. All right, just for that first blazing artillery sentry gun. All right, that I cast another one, but that won't be doing a lot of damage as it did to the other one, you know, as the other one. But yeah, all right, so those are my top 5 favorite Warframes in this game, and I really do love them to death. They are really useful as heck, and you guys should be using them as well. So, with that being said, comment down below if you think those Warframes are your favorite as well. Let me know, actually, which Warframes are your favorite. What do you like to use the most? All right, let me know in the comments below. I'm very interested to know which Warframes are your favorite and what you use the most. But that is all for the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. You know, you guys can always hit me up. But thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.